size, skills, and strength allow lions to hunt animals that not only don't fear them, but also intimidate most other African predators. Here, an adult massive lion lunges at a hippopotamus. These dangerous beasts are notorious for their aggressive nature. Almost impenetrable skin, rounded bodies that defect the fangs and claws of carnivores, as well as incredibly powerful ramming attacks and wide, frightening jaws. This is a young hippo, but it's already more than twice the size of the predator. In such a ratio, a one-on-one battle should follow the rules of the giant. However, the hippo mistakenly underestimated the lion and turned its back on him. The male lion charged at the hippopotamus and literally mounted it. The lion dug its claws into the back of the opponent. After an impressive but weak struggle, the lion managed to bring down even such a dangerous opponent. In the life of a lion pride, hierarchy plays a crucial role. It allows the pride to function effectively, with each predator knowing its role and place in the system, where it can efficiently use its own skills and experience. But sometimes disruptions occur. 4 young lions are having lunch here. These are teenagers with small manes. When they were cubs, their parents adored them. As they grew, the lionesses began teaching them to hunt and display patience. Now the teenagers have grown larger than the females and think everything will continue to belong to them. They're wrong. 2 powerful adult lions arrived for lunch. They demand submission and won't tolerate the impudence of the teenagers. The young males try to protect the meat from the leaders, but they don't realize that childhood is over. Now they are dealing not with a loving father and uncle, but enraged lions who take what rightfully belongs to them. The leaders drive away the teenagers, but they attempt to resist. Bad idea. Maybe the young lions are already stronger than the adult lionesses, but they are also far from mature males. The leaders easily scatter the 4 teenagers, and it seems the time has come for these 4 to be driven out in search of a new pride. Did this lion really abandon the hunt and decide to start his own garden? What is he doing? Digging? It turns out that the male noticed a hole in the tall grass and realized something delicious was hiding inside of it. Usually digging is associated with canines, which indeed excel at using their paws, but the lion right here also turned out to be a skilled tunnel builder. At the far end of the burrow's tunnel, a warthog is pressed against the wall, and the hog is quite large. If wild dogs were to try to reach it, it would easily fend them off, as only the small predator's muzzle could fit through the narrow passage. The hoofed animal did not expect such digging abilities from this massive lion. The lion couldn't even reach its paw through the narrow entrance of the burrow. So the enormous predator dug open an entrance. Then, like pulling a root vegetable, it pulled out the warthog. With no space to maneuver against such a powerful predator, the warthog was utterly helpless. The leopard decided to hunt in the lion's territory. The spotted predator relied on speed and agility. It quickly dealt with the hoofed animal and then, as usual, climbed a tall tree with its prey. The leopard thought enemies wouldn't reach him in there. Indeed, hyenas or wild dogs have no skill in climbing trees. Lions are too massive to attempt reaching the leopard in the canopy. Lionesses, comparable to leopards in mass and strength, would they dare to attack the spotted panther at such a height? Turns out they would dare. Don't underestimate lionesses, who are as firm in character and hatred for rivals and strangers as the males. With difficulty, after many attempts, one lioness successfully climbed the tree. An impressive fight commenced in the dense canopy. It looks pretty cinematic, doesn't it? Examining details is challenging due to the thick foliage, but the entire tree shakes from the exchange of fierce blows. Finally, the leopard and its prey fall. The lioness won't land as swiftly and painlessly, but it doesn't mean the spotted predator is now safe. A second lioness patiently waited below this whole time. She pounces on the leopard, already injured after her tree flight. The spotted panther manages to escape, but its kill is now in the lioness's possession. If there are 2 or more males as leaders in a pride, they don't really form monogamous pairs with lionesses and freely mate with different females. Here, a lion decided to have offspring with a lioness who usually mates with his brother. This is normal for this species, but not this time. The affectionate male didn't know what he was dealing with. His brother turned out to be a true jealous rival and attacked the intruder with incredible fury. He literally knocked down a lion, not much smaller than himself. The males started biting each other fiercely. The lioness observed the scene from the sidelines. No one has any complaints against her, and the lioness is simply curious to see just how this fight will end. There won't be any fatal consequences, as the survival of the pride depends on the health of its males. However, the jealous lion significantly battered his brother and comrade, delivering severe blows. At first, the betrayer defended himself, but the enraged jealous lion was way too powerful. Apparently, wounded pride played a role. He bit the opponent until the loser exposed his belly, admitting defeat. Finally, the guilty one surrendered, and peace is restored. But the affectionate lion will now know it's probably better not to get involved with his brother's beloved lioness. Something similar happened here. A young lion tried to establish a relationship with the lioness when the dominant male in the pride noticed. Interestingly enough, lionesses usually prefer lions with darker manes. Here, the female headed into the thickets, drawing the dominant male after her. However, the younger lion, attempting to get closer to her, interferes with the older brother. But he picked the wrong opponent. Thought his ally would pity him and give up the lioness? Not at all. As soon as the younger lion stood in the way of the dark-maned male, a fierce fight began. Lions didn't want to inflict serious injuries on each other, so they didn't go into a clinch and didn't try to tear each other's throats out. The fight was limited to a beautiful and spectacular exchange of impressive blows with their front paws. Each such strike could dent metal. In the end, the lion with the black mane gave a powerful resistance to his brother, struck him in the face several times, and headed after the lioness waiting for him. The fight didn't end there. The defeated lion didn't calm down and caught up with his brother again. The second round changed nothing. The furious male showed who's in charge and forced the younger one to retreat far away. For the protection of their offspring, many animals are capable of true feats. Mighty and brave buffaloes are particularly prone to defending their kind and, moreover, to selflessly save their offspring. This adult female right here weighs about half a ton or so. True, she has just given birth. It was a bad idea to move far from the herd for this, as the lioness has found her. They decided to attack. Surprisingly, but the enraged mother, just a few minutes after giving birth, puts up an impressive resistance to the predators. The calf can stand on its feet almost immediately after birth, but it certainly can't escape from the lioness by running. The hoofed animal can only hide from predators under one condition. Would the mother have to abandon the calf? Of course not. The female lunges at the lions and a dynamic and maneuverable battle begins. Lionesses try to knock the calf off its feet to quickly break its neck. The buffalo fiercely reacts to each attempt. She attacks the enemies, scatters them, pushes them away, and saves the calf several times at the very last moment. Therefore, the hoofed animal has to run, attacking one lioness, and then another, constantly returning to her calf. However, the female doesn't understand the complexity of the situation she's in. The lionesses act too coordinated. One distracts attention, even ready to engage in close combat, just for the other to seize the calf. Several attempts by the lionesses fail. So they retreat and take turns in different roles in the hunting scheme. In the end, the calf is snatched right under the female buffalo's nose, who couldn't save the calf in the last moment. If the female buffalo thought her offspring was the main target for the predators, she really underestimated the strength of the lions. The calf is just a dessert. This will be the main role of the course. Although the enraged female, even with a lioness on her back, fends off the others and resists them, the situation worsens for her. A male lion arrives. He positions himself to settle the pride's lunch with one powerful strike. The male's mighty leap has devastating force. He grabs the buffalo, which is almost twice as heavy and massive, throws it off balance, and brings it down. In half a minute, the lion does what the 4 lionesses couldn't do before. The huntresses finished off the prey, while one of them brings back the calf she killed. Do you sympathize with the hoofed animals in this case? If so, consider that this double portion will sustain the pride for a long time, and the cubs of the predatory family will be very well fed.